Hi, I'm Hilary Talbott, acupuncture physician and clinical herbalist, coming to you from St. Petersburg, Florida. Today we will be discussing acupressure for sinus pain and discomfort. Now, if you've ever had a sinus infection, you know just how painful they can be. And one of the best things that you can do for yourself is just to give yourself local acupressure to kind of relieve some of the pain and congestion that accompanies it. So important when you're touching the face to wash your hands prior, or you can use something as simple as a germicidal wipe, which we'll do here in a pinch. Because the last thing you want to do is add a breakout on top of your sinus pain. All right, so after you've cleaned the hands, you're going to start looking for the sinus cavities in the face because that's usually where you experience the most pressure. So behind the eyes is really typical. So we're going to come into the medial portion of the eyebrows, here to bladder 2, and gently kind of search around until we find this little divot, which is the actual sinus cavity itself. And with soft to moderate pressure, you're going to use a circular motion and just kind of try and get all of these muscles around to relax. Now, another really popular point is an extra point called B-tong. And often when you get acupuncture, B-tong is threaded with a needle all the way up into large intestine 20. And so these 2 points are located at where the bottom and the widest part of the nose come together if you were to draw a square. And usually most of us have little indentations or lines there. And so you're going to use a little bit more pressure here. And last but not least, I'm going to show you some points that are great when the sinus pressure is actually affecting your teeth, which can be extremely painful. And sometimes you'll experience these while flying when you go through the descent. And they're located just up under the cheekbone. And you got to give it a little bit more pressure here, just because the nature you're trying to come under the bone here. But oftentimes these will help with tooth pain associated on your upper teeth. And taking some nice deep breaths is also helpful anytime you're trying to relieve pain while doing acupressure. So it's important to understand why you're experiencing sinus pain, especially if it's chronic or if it's been going on for more than a couple days. So you want to check with your local acupuncture physician in order to get a diagnosis and make sure that there's not an active infection going on that you might need herbs for, or even possibly antibiotics if it gets that bad. So in order to find your local acupuncture physician, visit acufinder.com. I'm Hilary Talbott, and that was Acupressure for sinus pain.